Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of the Bulldog Blitz. I'm your host, Mike Vandevoort. I'm here with Sean Grady and Wade Markley from your Bulldog football team. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
No problem.
So you guys have had 4 weeks of spring practice now, and you have the blue and white game coming up. How does the team look from what you guys have been able to see so far?
Practice has been going good. Guys have been getting a lot of reps and stuff like that maybe they didn't get to play as much during the year. Young guys are coming along. Older guys are staying healthy and doing all the things they need to do.
Yeah, team looks real well. Defense was a little bit ahead of the offense in the beginning, but offenses came on strong here at the end. So we're looking forward to a real competitive blue and white game.
Sounds good. I know the team has 9 starters coming back, 6 of whom are all Pioneer League, including yourself, Sean. So how's that going to affect the team's dynamic for next year?
Well, we have, like I said, a lot of young guys that need to step up and are going to take on bigger roles. But with the 9 returning starters, we got a lot of guys who help them along the way. Along with the starters, there are a lot of guys who did see playing time that are hopefully jumping into a starter role this year.
Is there anything that you're seeing a little bit different on offense? I know that it's kind of split evenly between the starters. So I know offense, defense, you guys have any leaders that you think are going to step up this year?
Offensively, definitely Trey Heater. He's a 2-year starter now. And so he's stepping into more of a veteran role this year. So we're definitely going to lean on him. And also Matt Story has been in the program for a real long time. So we're definitely going to lean on his leadership. But then at the other positions, there's a lot of open positions. A lot of young guys are going to have to step up and play significant roles this year.
Yeah, I know you guys have both said that you've seen guys starting to step up and there's a lot of holes to fill. What do you think is going to be the most crucial hole? I know you guys are going to lose your kicker, David Lang. I know he's graduating. Is there any other really crucial places where you guys are going to need guys to step up?
Well, everything in football starts with the battle in the trenches. So both sides, offensive line and defensive line, really you got to build your team around those guys. And we've lost a few players at that position, both sides of the ball. So you really got to build your team around them.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying this because I am a quarterback, but we lost our starting quarterback last year, and Andrew Huck, who was a great player, all-conference player 1 year. So there's a battle going on right now for QB, and whoever gets that is going to have a pretty significant role.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how that feels. I know that you're one of the guys that has really been in the hunt for that starting QB position. What's that like to be in that kind of position?
It's awesome. A lot of guys that are in starting roles just kind of go out there and just play. But for me, it's a little bit more pressure. Every rep counts. You have to make every rep, like it's your last. So it's fun. I actually like that. There is a lot of pressure, but it's just fun. By the time spring rolls around, we're ready to get back out there on the field. So it's definitely a fun time.
Yeah, and I know you were sort of the heir apparent to Andrew Huck after this year, but I know you have Matt Lancaster who came in from Illinois State. So how does that kind of feel to, kind of feel like you are the backup quarterback who's going to take over the reins this year, but now you got a new guy coming in. So how does that kind of feel for you?
I mean, it's tough, and I mean, there's also Tom Judge too, who got to play a little bit last year. So it's really the 3 of us. So I mean, it's tough, but it's a battle, and that's what as a competitor, that's what you live for. So it's fun.
Yeah. So aside from some new younger names coming up and maybe turning into some stars, what are some of the biggest changes you think fans are going to be able to see this next season?
Mindset, I think we're really trying to get back to the whole Butler way football style, playing, good football, stopping the run, running the ball, converting third down, stuff like that, maybe we've lost a little bit in the last couple of years when we haven't been winning as many games, and hopefully it'll get us back to winning a lot more games.
Yeah, definitely. And with that, like you said, our run game, I think offensively that's the biggest thing for us. We brought in a new offensive line coach, and Coach Connor, and he's done a lot of good things already in the run game, so I would look forward to that.
Yeah, I know Coach Connor is a former player here, and you were talking about the Butler way, getting back to that old style. So how does it like to have a former player coming back and kind of coaching guys and seeing that old style of Butler football? Is that, you guys think that's helping you out at all, or?
I'd say so. It's nice seeing a new face that also is an old face for Butler, and it's real nice to bring in guys who have played here and gone other places, and then they still come back home.
So I know that you guys are going to be playing the first night game at the Butler Bowl is going to be next season, and then also homecoming is going to be a night game. So how do you guys feel about playing under the lights for a change?
It's awesome, especially to be a part of something at a storied program like Butler where it's the first thing ever. Your name goes down in history forever for that. And just real exciting to go out there and play under the lights, and a different experience.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like Sean said, it's just awesome. I don't even know how to explain it, but I think everybody, grows up playing under the lights Friday nights, and then once you get to college, you don't really get that experience. But it's definitely going to be fun, and it's going to be fun that it's going to be the first time.
Have you guys gotten to, see any of these incoming players? Have you talked about them at all? You heard anything? Is there anybody that you guys have gotten to interact with at all that seems like they could come in and make an immediate impact as a freshman?
Through recruiting and everything, we're there talking to them and seeing who's there, and then we find out who commits and stuff like that. But in terms of seeing, we don't watch film on any of them, or we don't really hear. So hopefully, we always hope for, a few freshmen to come in. They're going to have to play roles, and then especially like scout team type stuff, kids who are going to redshirt, they really play a huge role in getting the guys who are going to play ready and giving them the best look that they possibly can.
Yeah, and there's been some guys, show up to practices and come in and watch film with us that are incoming next year. And so I think we have a good recruiting class coming in. I don't know really specifics, but we should have a good recruiting class coming in.
All right, so I know you guys have had a few changes. You still got some things that are staying the same. What are your guys' biggest goals that you have for next season?
First and foremost, winning season, win the PFL is always top of the charts for everyone on the team. I personally got a chance to experience that in 2009, and there's not very many of us left who had, and just to be able to share that feeling and get that feeling again would be unreal.
Yeah, PFL championship, like you said. I mean, plain and simple.
Yeah, and I know you guys played last year's champion Drake at Drake for the final game of the season. So do you guys think that's going to be sort of a conference championship game of sorts, or are they not nearly as strong this year? Or
well, they won conference last year, so they're the team to beat no matter who they lost or who they're bringing in. And hopefully, if we're in the position to play for a conference championship that last game, it could be real exciting.
Sounds like it's going to be a good season for you guys. So what are, in this spring practices, what are some of the biggest strengths that you guys have seen come through on both sides of the ball?
Like I talked about offensively, I would just say our run blocking has improved tremendously. Guys are coming off the ball a lot harder, and our backs are really hitting the hole. And with bringing in Coach Connor, like I said, that's helped a lot. But then also just the young guys. Spring ball is a time that you get to go out there and kind of compete. And if you're in a position battle, you can stand out. If you're a young guy that hasn't really played much, you get thrown in there. And so a lot of the young guys have stepped up, like we said.
What about on the defensive side of the ball?
Kind of like the run game, but stopping the run game. We've had a little bit of trouble with that the last couple of years, and we really put a focus on it this spring ball. And it's awesome because they're trying to run the ball better and we're trying to stop it better. So we're both getting better at things that we think are important. So I've seen jumps in that, and just like you said, the young guys stepping up and getting ready to play real football.
So for you guys personally, what are the two biggest things you guys are working on this spring and in this summer off season to get ready for next season?
Me personally, my footwork. Sometimes I kind of get away from my footwork, so I've been really working real hard on that.
I would just say being more of a leader. If I am chosen to be the quarterback this year, I'm going to be in a pretty significant leadership role by position. So that's definitely what I'm working on.
All right, guys. Well, it sounds like you guys have got a lot of preparation in for this game on Saturday, and it sounds like you guys are really planning for a really great season next season, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's been this first segment of the Bulldog Blitz. Come back and tune in right after the break.